Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to presentation about industrial and organizational psychology, or we call IO psychology. Our big issue today is bad employer attitude at workplace. Before we start, I would like to introduce my team group. First, my name is IZZATI and my team group others is Nursyazwani and HAFIZUL. Next. So we're gonna start with introduction. Industrial and organizational psychology, or we all OIO psychology, means division of psychology that adopts the concepts and principles of psychology in the organization. IO psychology focuses on developing productivity at work and related issues. For example, an issue about mental and physical in the organization. The first side is IO psychology have two sides. First side is IO psychology will look at how to match a person with specific job roles. This will lead an employee increasing their potentials and measuring job performance. The other side is the field focus on understanding on how an organization can influence against traits of employees. IO psychology, characterized by the scientific study of human behavior in the workplace, the characteristics will focus on traits individuals, groups, organizations, and use the knowledge for solving those conflicts or problems at work. As we know that almost all companies in this universe has training science of behavior specialist knowledge of IO psychology. Training science of behavior in the workplace need in-depth knowledge of organization development, attitudes, consumer, career development, small group theory and process, decision theory, human performance and human factors, criteria theory and development, job and task analysis, and the last one, individual assessment. Next. IO psychology also have advantage. First, IO psychology creating employees be active at work on business. Second, employer receive a solution with an open mind. They're able to face any problems and conflicts. For organization infrastructure become strong. And the last one is build a healthy organization. Some companies not to provide the IO psychology for leading and training an employee to be more advanced and good attitudes and let them be what they do. Or some employees not following with the IO psychology give and the rules of company. It can make any issue apparent at the work such as an bad issue in the workplace. So our first issue bad attitude at workplace. First, untrustworthy worker. So we would like to show you a video. One second. So we can see it.
Hey Jasa, sudah dapat allowance kan?
Ya bos,
Sudah dapat berapa?
500.
500?
Ya bos, 500.
Oh, tak apalah. Awak sambung kerja.
Ya bos, bos cari saya.
Ya, allowance semua sudah bagi dekat staff kan?
Ya bos, dah bagi semua.
Kan semua orang dapat 800. Mengapa Jasa dapat 500 saja?
Oh, kita orang ada tersilap kira bos. Jasa kan bahagian store, so saya bagi dia 500 sajalah.
Mana boleh pilih kasih macam ni? Bahagian store pun kerja keras juga. Pulang balik 300.
Okey bos.
Jasa,
Boleh tak saya tak nak 300 ni?
apa?
Nah, 300. Bulan depan tolak gaji kau.
Boleh tak saya tak terima?
Mana boleh sebab kau bos marah aku.
Tak apa. Siapa pun tak akan tolak gaji awak. Duit ini awak simpan. Baik, Tasha. Esok panggil Hanis, tak perlu masuk kerja lagi lah.
So from the video, the employees did not give full bonus money to his co-worker and took the took the bonus money for herself. You can see the employer get the rights he should have reserved due to the irresponsible attitude of the employers. Other than the bad attitudes, there are examples of untrustworthy workers, backstabbing, public information, personal agenda, criticizing, and the last one spreading rumor.
Fit line okey tak tu?
The untrustworthy worker, that has effect from that. First, commit a breach of trust, deceive the employer, and the last one, other employer victim not get his right. Next. The second is poor work ethic. So here we got some video for you guys.
Kenapa? Tak nampak saya make up ke? Bos sudah datang lah. Ada cakap ke? Besok kamu tak payah datang kerja lagi.
Saya Mimi, sila ikut saya punya TikTok.
So from the video, we can see a female worker playing around in the workplace. So that should take action from her boss. So from all that untrustworthy work, other the bad action, there's some examples from the work ethic. For example, is lies, car practice, extend break, take a leave without valid reasons, non-office related work, and the last one, taking credit for other hard works. The power ethic can give effect for themselves and the companies. The effect is lack of productivity, risk the performance of an organization, and the last one, organization lose committed employees. So I will give my presentation to Nursyazwani.
Okay, for the third issue is bullying others in the workplace. Let's take a look at this video first. Alright. The sad reality is people can be bullied at any age and any situation. For your information, there are a few types of bullying at workplace, such as threatening others, aggressive communication, humiliation, manipulation resources, and behind-the-scenes meddling. Threatening included threats of physical violence, which means your safety is at risk, or threatened for reporting something illegal. Okay, next. As we can see from the video earlier, where they may have been a trait. Fizul, jap. Okay, sorry. We go back to that, to past slide. Okay, as we can see from the video earlier, where they may have been a treat before the build-up scene, because we can see from the woman's reaction that she has started to feel scared after seeing the man's face. However, we don't know the real cause and the end of the case. Then, aggressive communication, including yelling, cursing, sending angry emails, and also aggressive body language. Okay, next. Okay, then there are many effects of this issue, such as psychological health problems like major stress, anxiety, or trauma, and also causes physical health problems like high blood pressure and more. Then it can affect on job performance due to a hostile work environment created. And for sure, it can create poor public image and negative publicity. Okay, next. Okay, next, the last issue.
The hidden cost of an employee being late before work alerts. It appears Susie has overslept. She's going to be late for work again. Since Susie is late, these customers aren't getting the service they'd expect. A line has formed, and they're growing impatient. Eddie, the cashier's attitude has changed since he's now required to do the work of two. Bob, the store manager, notices Susie is missing and the customers are very unhappy. Bob frantically makes calls to find another worker to cover Susie's shift, tying up the store's phone line. Eddie's had it. He's fed up with having to cover for another late coworker. Finally, he quits. Bob, unable to find any replacements, now has to man the entire store by himself. One might wonder if Bob will quit next. Richard, the CEO, is reviewing his monthly reports and can't understand why sales are down and employee turnover is skyrocketing. Now, if the company had only been texting their employees using work alerts, Susie would have received her automated text message reminder before her shift. The store would have been properly staffed to provide the great service their customers expect, and everyone would be happy. Especially Richard, since the company would be saving thousands of dollars on employee turnover. Try harnessing the power of
Okay, this is about issue worker not punctual. This issue often occurs in any workplace to this day. If the employee is late for work once in a while, it may be okay, but there are also cases of late work every day. Among the reasons they often give are bad traffic, oversleeping, feeling unwell, and caring for a sick pet, and anything else. Okay, next. Just like in the video displayed just now, the effect of employee not being punctual is reduced productivity of work. Many things are wrong when working and eventually cause adverse effects on the employee himself. Indirectly, this attitude has revealed negative morals by the not punctual employee. Other than that, it causes customer dissatisfaction and also management problems. Then, workers who are not punctual tend to have poor work-life balance. They cannot manage their working time and personal time well. And the worst thing, that employee or employer also can be so stressed when they had in the situation. Okay, next. We will discuss about solution to the problems. Next slide. Okay, firstly, the solution for untrustworthy worker issue is to clearly outline the consequences. The organization of the company should monitor periodically and daily according to the type of work. Then, the organization should give firm action by emphasizing company policy. This is for the guilty employee have a chance to correct his wrongdoing and repent of it. At last, The organization can take an appropriate follow-up action such as dismissing the employee. Okay, then I pass to Fizul.
Thank you, Syazwani. Hello, everyone. The second solution is share. Sorry. The next solution is give a train and helps motivate workplace. Firstly, organization need to conduct training such as ethical training. We can further improve workers in ethics. This will affect the company and organization performance. For example, ethics training will be more effective for those who have a bad attitude. Secondly, monitoring activities performed on employees by installing monitoring system. So, as we know, every company got their CCTVs, right? Okay, so employer have to monitoring the workers, use monitoring system via employee computer or sometimes monitoring their behavior time by time. The third is giving a motivation to workforce. Actually, workforce needs some motivation because this also can increase reputation of employees. This is why employer need gives a train and helps motivate workforce. Next, work as a consultant. All workplace problems can be submitted and discussed according to procedure to the organization. Second, responsible to investigate and suggest a solution for any problems that occur. Third, the organization also carried out as a consultant on all problems that could potentially disrupt the working. And lastly, strict action against the problem, especially the bully, should be taken regardless of position, rank, or any discrimination. The last solution is plan appropriate action. Firstly, we have to identifying the causes of rival issues, especially when the workers is coming late to work. So we have to identify why he or she coming late for the work. Asking if there are any problems they had, like for example, maybe they have health problems or family problems. Next, directly ask the employee involved. Third, questioning the situation to colleges. Having discussion with the employer. If employee often arrive late due to the valid causes, the organization can make an exception and redesign a more organized and effective work schedule to the employer. Organization need to keep records of employee attendance to use as an evidence in discussion. Next, take disciplinary action such as stern warning. It's like when identify who always come late to work and giving chance to employees to not make mistakes again. So lastly, next, disciplinary action is to postpone the employer's work or increase working hours based on the frequency of offenses committed. So that's why employer need to take action to increase working hours. That's why company need to do action for their employees. So the conclusion, psychological I/O plays an important role in the work world as it has become his responsibility to concentrate on each employee's work and use their knowledge of human behavior to meet this challenge. At the same time, good role models such as good values can be a source of inspiration for employees to follow. This will improve the integrity and reputation of employees in the organization after gradually solving the problems. Psychological I/O should pay attention to all aspects when designing disciplined employees because disciplined employees can keep the company's image in the best position Lastly, they must treat their work and training fairly and become a trusted employer where employees can seek help. That's all for today. We're gonna read this together.
A bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can go anywhere until you change it. By unknown.
Okay, next. You call this a good place to work? Not. Having to work with these toxic and negative people daily is draining, unpleasant, stressful, abuse, and far from good. By T. Howard.
I have better people skills if I work with better people. That's all for today. Thank you.